At Des Moines University, care has always come first, not just for the patient, but for the person. Since our founding in 1898 by S.S. Still, nephew of osteopathic pioneer A.T. Still, DMU has stood on the shoulders of bold traditions rooted in service, inclusion, and moral conviction. Before he founded osteopathic medicine, A.T. Still risked his safety in the Free State movement, fighting to make Kansas a free state. His courage to act on his values continues to inspire our own commitment to dignity, respect, and access for all.
We're training all these people to care, right? At DMU, I felt like people listened, the instructors cared. And so I think the same concept of holistic care that we give to the world as osteopathic, the university does that back to the students. And providing that space to do that.
From our earliest classes, we trained women as physicians, long before it was common. Ella Dougherty Still, wife of S.S. Still, was also a physician and one of the earliest women in osteopathic medicine. She co-founded the school that became Des Moines University, taught anatomy, and helped train some of the very first classes of students. In 1953, Sarah Sally Sutton was one of only 2 women in her class. Facing skepticism from classmates who assumed she wouldn't last, she persevered, advancing the muscle energy technique and mentoring generations of future physicians. From the start, our graduates have taken that vision into their communities, providing care with compassion, respect, and skill. One shining example is Dr. Murray Goldstein, class of 1950 and World War II veteran. Born to Polish immigrants in Brooklyn, New York, he faced systemic discrimination and quota limits at many schools of the era because of his Jewish heritage. Fortunately, DMU welcomed him when many others would not. He went on to become a nationally recognized neurologist and the first osteopathic physician to serve as an officer in the U.S. Public Health Service. He never forgot how his journey began at DMU.
I wouldn't be doing what I did without it. And so I'm grateful. And in some kinds of way, it's like a third mother and father. It was my home. They accepted me. They held my hand as a student when I needed it.
His story reminds us that belonging at DMU is not new. It is part of our very foundation.
Des Moines University has stayed true to its mission. Rural America has always been an area where healthcare disparities have been in its greatest. Our graduates have made a big difference in the lives of people who live in the rural areas, and I'm just a farm boy that grew up in those areas. So there's a relationship that gets built over time with people that are here.
That same commitment drives us today, preparing highly competent, compassionate professionals who meet people where they are and care for them as they are.
I saw a lot of minorities actually be very distrusting of the healthcare field. And so for me, I wanted to make sure that someone saw someone that maybe they could trust and maybe even, look like their daughter or their cousin. So I wanted to make a difference in my community.
At DMU, opportunity isn't just in the curriculum, it's in the culture. Students are encouraged to lead, to innovate, and to create lasting change.
I think that's one of the benefits of Des Moines University is that there are so many opportunities available to you. And with my master's in public health, I wanted to see how I could make a difference internationally and with policy as well. The highlight of that experience was probably I was selected to be the first podiatric medical student to ever get to intern at the World Health Organization.
Respect is more than a value. It's the starting point for every patient relationship.
I even use it with some of my new graduates. Treat this person like you would treat your grandmother or that you expect a family member to be treated. And I think that can go a really long way in showing respect to anybody and everyone that you interact with.
Whether serving in rural America, urban neighborhoods, or communities around the world, our graduates carry forward a promise to deliver exceptional care to every person without exception.
If you treat people with dignity and respect, they will come.
For more than a century, inclusion and compassion have been our heritage. Des Moines University is caring for all, then, now, and always.